And nobody paid attention to it because that's not what quite Mohbad. Little did we know that these idiots are doing devilish work in the background, working with Temi's platform relentlessly, Lagata and Gurexi. That's where they live. There's a reason why they don't have any platform, is because that is their origination. That is where they live. It's like saying Aries is going to be dropped under the bus. Aries lives under the bus. Let's call a spade a spade. Gurexi and Lagata haven't actually done any manners of effort into anything to manifest to anything positive other than causing trouble all over the place. Suppressing this man. Suppressing this man. Suppressing this man. Who is going to associate your full name to your social media handle? Lagata is going to do it for you. If possible, he will even share your home address with the rest of the world. Because if he does that and he knows something about your life, maybe your papers are a bit shaky in the West where you are, or maybe you've got a job and you've been sheepish and stupid enough to say, I need a better job. Even my last job, I gave them fake CV. And he's got that. He's got even your workplace information enough to phone your employer. Because when you phone that employer, then you can say, oh, I know this thing about this individual. I'm a whistleblower on a private number. And then what happens, happens. Now, Comfy. Our markets again. Comfy. You engage with Lagata up to a point that Lagata shared information about Pierce's wife and Pierce's bank accounts to you. How many times has Lagata given you information that you have been paid and used to shame people on your platform? Because if I had come out with it without evidence, it would have been ITGuy is opening his mouth again. You said it yourself. What went wrong between you and Lagata? Because something was going right between you guys when he was furnishing you with information that you are using to suppress people by opening your platform and opening shows for people, including Pierce's bank account and the wife's bank account. You now have information about everything you need to know about husband and wife. Why did you accept it? And why is it that it came out when you fell out with Lagata? You see, when I say these things, I'm not looking at a piece of paper and I'm not writing anything down. It's coming down from my memory. I'm just dropping it so that we can get the conversation in. We need to know what's going on. We know Lagata and Gurexi are definitely on the other side. They've never left that side because Lagata said that audio is fake. In the same conversation, a very stupid, nonchalant, or a guy who is not gifted with common sense, in the same conversation that you said something is fake, and you then said just for that audio not to expose you and the rest of your clan. How do you put the two together in one conversation without us knowing that you are stupid? You're just stupid. And at the time, the people that dissected that, dealt with it, are stupid and sheepish people like Lagata. Oh, don't mind Micey and the girlfriend or whatever the case may be. The audio is rubbish. It's fake. but at the same time, let them not expose us. It is fake. If it's fake, why should they then expose you? I asked Comfy the question earlier on Akpakpa's platform. They won't let it. She did not answer the question because she's as stupid as Lagata. Stupid people. Every day you wake up, you are going to come across stupid people. Because that's life. There's nothing you can do. How many stupid people have we come across today? Lagata, Gurexi, and Comfy. I put my hand to my chest. Those three stupid people. One woman, two guys, stupid liars. Stupid liars. One and two of them are perpetuating something. Lagata is saying Gurexi bullied Baba. Gurexi is saying he didn't bully Baba. The two of them bullied Baba in the audio. And Comfy is saying she can't see any bullying. Oh my God. Oh my God. And we are only talking about three people. Because on Stargazers, on 0071's platform, I put a question to Bio Billions who's telling me nonsense about if what's it called, a death certificate is not issued. That's the reason why they can't get forensics. And the same guy said when the police gave their preliminary report, phone forensics was missing, and Baba's lawyers knew at the time that phone forensics was missing. And they did nothing. Maggots, cockroaches, hyenas and vultures who will be paid to keep quiet, who will be paid to do nothing. Son, my bumbleclat. You know, tell me about no bloody son. The police gave you preliminary report, and in that report, phone forensics of every criminals in that house, including Joseph Aloba, Abosede, and everybody, or Wumi, or anybody, was missing. And we had lawyers at the time that could have questioned it. And then later, Bio Billions is telling me they can't obtain that. It's too late now. Why? Because there wasn't a death certificate. We know the technicalities about this process. We understand that. That is bullshit. Because we should have tackled it at the time police has come out with no investigation, nonsense statements taken by the police with missing phone forensics, bank account forensics. Could anybody have been bribed to kill this guy? To do something? To cover something? Could Joseph Alova have been paid to bury his son hurriedly? These are the kind of forensics that we need, that the police should have actually done their due diligence and presented to us. And critical thinkers lost their minds because they weren't there at that time. They weren't there at that time because they were individuals at that time. By the time they came together to be critically thinking, they were critically thinking about nothing. Because they're not thinking about anything that is going to give us Jack. And I don't mean you, Jack. I mean nothing. Jack is always going to be in problem. You know what I'm saying? These are the kind of things that came out today. And the number of hours that the host has to give to you is never going to be enough. It's just going to open new kind of worms. And I'm glad that happened because we've got different time zones. People have to go to work. They're going to come back. Another time zone. We carry on that conversation. Because none of them will come here because they can't answer the question. Because we're going to do it logically and intelligently. And they will not be able to throw their toys out of the pram. Because that is what they do. When they can't have conversation, they get upset. They chuck their toys out of the pram. They want to rogue you. They want to be aggressive with you. Why not? Because that is the way they play the game. And then everything goes away. He ain't gonna go away. The reason why he's not gonna go away is because they know they don't answer questions. They're not intelligent enough to have a proper conversation. Not at all. Jack has asked so many questions, and at some point, I had to interject, and Jack asked all this question. BioBillions doesn't have the intelligence to answer the question. And I thought, let me even interject. I still have a question to ask. And eventually, when the question actually came through, it was clear the reason why he can't answer Jack's question, because when he was answering my question, it was talking through his anus, backside, before they shut me down. So this is where we are. So I think I've said enough. Maybe we can get a conversation going. So who's gonna come first, Abby or Jack?
Hey, the it guy.
Jack is said, look, Jack, this is how we're gonna do it. This is how it's done here, and you know that anyway. Okay, go on, Abby.
The whole lot is shebang, like I always call it, it's a shebang for me.
It was a full shebang. It was a full shebang this morning.
This morning.
He had all the trims in it. He had all the trims in it.
It left me speechless anyway. And when you are listening, when you are down on the comments, and you are paying more attention to them making fool out of themselves, you can actually laugh, get angry.
Because there are too many people, and there's too little time to get that your information across, because sometimes you're not allowed to interject. And you know how this thing works anyway. So, and that's the reason why I make my notes. Very good evening to you, Susie Empire TV. I make my notes in my head. I didn't make any notes today because there's no reason to make notes. I think that what we had today was us getting reminded of what happened over time. And I think it was useful to have had BioBillion. I really need to give it to him that he did well, because maybe we would not have other people in that group would not have been as useful as he is. I like his energy and his vibrance, and I love his honesty, because if he's not going to answer the question, he will tell you he's not going to. And I think that sometimes when we do argue, we argue to different ends, but one thing that I remember when it comes to BioBillions, it takes offense very quickly, and when it takes offense, it's almost saying at the time he doesn't want to talk to me anymore, and because he doesn't want to see it from my point of view. You see, that's the thing. That's the challenge, is actually that is either you are patient and he kept saying he wants to drop, but for every time he wants to drop, an hour later he's still there. So when is he gonna drop?
Yeah, true.
He always wants to drop when he doesn't want to engage with a particular individual, but then he's still there. Then when you ask him the question, he will say, "Oh, you know the IT guy.
Drop.
You know what the IT guy is like and all that." So all right, very quickly. Actually, let me do it the other way around. Susie for Justice, Susie Empire TV. A very good evening to you. I'm not sure if you've sat on Windows today, if you've heard anything, or maybe you summarized some of the stuff I've actually narrated through my monologue and all that kind of stuff. I mean, what's on your mind, my lady?
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon. Greet you according to your time. Yeah, I was on the window for a very long time, but at the point, I fell asleep. When Bayo was going back and front with you, aristocrat and the rest, and you see, my true sense in this whole thing, you know, I've learned how when it comes to justice for Mohbad, I've learned how to not trust people, and when it comes to Bayo, I think the same pot I'm going to cook lagata, that is the same pot I'm going to cook Bayo. And why did I say so? We have these learned people, knowledge people surrounding Baba Mohbad, and if they are truly looking for justice for Mohbad, not looking for justice for Baba Mohbad, I think they should look at Baba Mohbad in the first, say, hey, this show we are running is not all about you. It's all about your son in question. The manners which what he was deleted is why we are all here, and is the manners. That's why we all get to know you. If what happened to Mohbad didn't happen to Mohbad, there's no way in this surface of this world that some of us will get to know Baba Mohbad or have communication with him. But because some of these people have their personal interests, that's the way I'm looking at it. This is my own opinion, okay? Because some of these people have their own personal interests, they have turned the torchlight to Baba Mohbad. Baba Mohbad is the victim here now. Baba Mohbad is the person that we are looking for justice for, not Mohbad anymore. So it gets me really, really worried when you talk about Baba Mohbad and some of these people will come out and, start defending him and say, oh, no, no. The show is not all about Baba Mohbad. If they can, like this ally that is close to Baba Mohbad will make him realize, hey, despite this boy is your son, this show is not all about you. We are going to do this show to get justice for Mohbad. So when people are not doing it that way, and when you talk about try to point out what Baba Mohbad is doing that is not right, and they will rise up against you. For me, it's a no, and that's why I want to stay on the fence and see how this whole thing is going to end. But I promise today, whatever is the outcome of Mohbad's case, if me, Susie, is not satisfied with the outcome, I have a plan in place. So, but I'm watching from the window, and I decided to not speak a lot on it again. Occasionally, I will come out and talk on it. So, ITGuy, I listened to you guys this morning and all that. Bayo have a brilliant idea. The way he answer questions, he doesn't want to answer. He will tell you point and blank, I don't want to answer you. I cannot answer that. But let him put that energy and face Baba Mohbad. Hey, this show is all about Mohbad, not all about you. And I think if people started making Baba Mohbad realize this is not all about you, it's all about getting justice for Mohbad, hey, I think Baba Mohbad will sit up a little bit. But hey, I'm not saying that from them. So that's my true sense about the whole thing, and it's not helping matter.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Susie, because I think sometimes I take few days out, and you know me, even if I take time out, I'm sitting on the windows anyway. There won't be any new development. There won't be anything new there's a development, there's something developing, and there's a saga, you understand. And then, very good evening to you, Phoenix. And then we find ourselves in a position. And as you said, I really appreciated BioBillion's input today. I think it did well. I think that we made up anyway, because they kept saying, why do you keep calling us critical stinkers? And I say, well, you know what? When you do well, I call you critical thinkers, just like Bossman. Maybe I would then call him Boss Rat when he does something I'm not happy about. Anyway, we joked about it. And we must move on. We need to re-engage, and we need to engage again. We need to be, I have to give it to Sir Solar K. Solar K went all the way to Temi's platform. I'm not quite sure if he knew he found himself there. I'm not sure what bitter or what whiskey he was on, if it was intentional or not, or he found himself there accidentally. It was comical. Anyone going to my postings, the repost, you probably pick it up there. But it was, I haven't laughed in a long while, as well as I did when I was listening to it. And it's a good thing. It is what we all need to learn to do, because the worlds are homing in on the liars, the fabricators, the Nollywood directors, the Nollywood actors and actresses. Because we've decided to open the underground confines, and we want to know what everybody's been doing in these underground systems, and I'm glad we're all doing a great job. It's a good thing Pet Cage came out. It's not a good thing on my side, but I'm laughing because it's also a good thing, because with him coming out, he was probably making a mockery of himself, making a fool of himself, disgruntled about something. And then Comrade Moses found himself on Natural's platform. Rightfully so. Anybody can go to wherever they want to get to. And Comrade Moses, that we will invite on every platform, that doesn't want to speak because he has too much to hide, decided he's going to go somewhere to a Natural's platform. And I think he was just the only person there, the only person on the panel, venting out, revealing information, dropping all sorts, of which Jack picked up on a few of it, and nobody was able to address it. This is a thing. These are the things we miss. You see, that audio is useful. The bloggers have repackaged it, they've reposted it. We need to sit down somewhere and actually listen to it. It was a natural listening, loaning a platform to him, and then rightfully so, because he felt comfortable there. But then he divulged all this information about something, whether it's useful or not. But I'm sure it's useful, because we all need to learn that if we're going to move forward, we need to do a checkpoint. 21 months on, we want to move forward, and everybody is still lying. It's not possible. We're not going to get anywhere. And if this checkpoint thing is working, which I believe it is, when we know where everybody really belong to, when Gurexi and what's his name, Lagata, come and tell us, okay, we've always been on Temi's side, on Wumi's side all along. We've been fooling you guys. When they are man enough to tell us or not, anyway, that's our own assumption. It's an assertion, it's not an aspersion, because it doesn't matter where you are. There's nothing negative being on Wumi's side. Nothing negative about it. Because the people are on that with me on my platform, and I don't have any problem with them. So if Gurexi and Lagata said, oh, we've always been on that side, okay, it's all out now, that's where we are, then we can move on. Then we can look at a way forward. Then we know you guys are moles planted because Lagata can't engage on the scientist platform. Gurexi can't engage on the scientist platform either. They just cannot. They can't. Not for 5 minutes. They will have ants in their pants. They'll be uncomfortable. They'll be gone after us answering few questions. They're not even supposed to be answering questions if they belong to us. They don't belong anywhere. You asking Gurexi about hosting and a platform, and at some point I had to interject on Stargazer's platform, Thunderfire's platform today. Stop the English. Drop the bloody English and don't confuse us. If you are a host without a platform, you can't do jack. So what I'm telling you, Feng the Gifter, if you are hosting on a platform and the handle is Gurexi. We know who the bloody hell you are. When it suits you, you open your platform, answer few questions, and close the platform. Then you are now saying you don't have a platform. How do you host? Maybe you've got over 100,000 followers, you stupid man. Who do you think we are? Where do you think this is? Kindergarten? You are hosting? And you're telling us, I don't have a platform. I don't see myself as out there. Hey. Oh my God. I know that when you had the accident, I'm sorry it happened to you, something gashed your brain. I can give you a slap and reset it for you to wake you up the way you slapped Joseph Aloba about. I just give it at the back of the head. Just tap it at the back of the head. Just tap it at the back of the head. I say, Gurexi, wake up. It's 2025. It's June. You co-hosted with the ITGuy some times ago when Naimoli was misbehaving, talking about Ada Foundation. Gurexi, wake up. You co-hosted with the ITGuy and York Daddy. Wake up. You see, we need to send some slaps to him. I don't know how we're going to do it. Yeah, let's tap and take this thing to 2-3K or whatever. You know, these are the kind of things we got today. It's only Tuesday. It's not even Thursday. It's not even Friday. And these guys want to fry our brains with lies. Gurexi and Lagata. 100,000 on Lagata screenshots. 10K on Gurexi's screenshots. Gurexi said he got an email from the bank. The email has number on it with no account in it. The recipient says me. Okay, if me is Gurexi and this is coming from this bank, why the bloody PDF? What a bloody hell? What is a PDF doing in that? Because if I go into my app, in any country, I'm sure they will tell you you should be able to get 10 years of information of your account from the app. And if you engage with someone in the bank, they will tell you to roll your two legs into the bank and come and get the bloody printout. Not someone PDF, sign it, turn 100K to 10K, and then wrap it into a PDF and then send it to you. Gurexi, you have work to do. Go into the bank. Get a proper printout. It will have GTB everywhere on it. It will have page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 10 in it. And then you can then put that in PDF and then send it to us. And then we want to see how many times Lagata sent you money. Because Lagata was the one that is going to go into your app to do what? to convert your gift into cash and then send it to you. So he's got his own stop on his side. You, Gurexi, come on, don't be lazy. Do you want me to send you taxi money? I'll send you taxi money and you go to the bank and they print it out. Actually, exclusively get them to filter it and show all the transaction between you and Lagata only. Only the bank should be able to do it for you, because when they do the filter before they print it out, they will only filter transaction between you and Lagata. And you don't have to be in IT to understand that. It's just a formal request. Any request. My son is 17. He can just go in there and request the same thing. I want to see all the transaction of every time my father is put money in my account in the last 5 years. And they will filter it into your account, money coming from daddy, and they will give him a printout. So we are not stupid. We're not stupid. We need to marry 100,000 to 100,000. Because Lagata will drop you money when you need money to blow your nose. It will drop you money when you need money to clean your behind. It gives you money when you want to play monkey games, when you want to drink akpeteshi, so that in your bank account, we'll be able to see where 100,000 is, where 10K is, how many 100,000, how many akpeteshi, how many taxes you took on behalf of Lagata. You guys ain't gonna play no games with us because we ain't stupid. And we don't need to be technical in any way. We don't even have to go logical to get this thing unraveled and just push it out there. Because we are not stupid. We may have woken up in the morning, but before I can even click on my phone, I've had a cup of coffee. My brain is awake already. And you guys are not going to come and start telling us bloody lies. Jack, my man, are you ready? I know you've made your notes. You were there on the platform earlier today. Jack, what says you, my brother? Are you ready? Come on, Jack. What's on your mind? I'm going to mute myself for you. Off you go.